Hello, I'm here with a scary story for you all about something that happened to me. This is horror. I found a video of me sleeping. It was really interesting stuff, but it did make me a little paranoid. So many horrible things could happen when you're sleeping. What if you were abducted in your sleep? What if someone climbed into your bed and slit your throat while you're sleeping? What if your house caught fire and you didn't wake up in time? I had a million questions, but no answers. I continued watching. There was video from the second day. And that's when I realized just how bad the situation was. They weren't just filming me. They wanted to hurt me. What was worse, they had been waiting for their chance to do it. As soon as I touched it, my fingers brushed against something cold and hard. I picked it up and stared at the screen in horror. It was pointed at my bedside table. On the table was a jar filled with something wet and slimy. It looked like the contents of a stomach. Was that from me? What was happening? The person walked closer to the camera, was showing me what's going to happen tomorrow. They were still smiling, but now I could see their eyes. They were crazed, wild, insane. They took a step closer. "Hello," they whispered. "Do you know who I am?" I wish I could tell you that that was when I woke up from a nightmare, but it wasn't. That was real. The video was real. They were real. A new video had just popped up. It was titled Day 4. I clicked on it, praying that whatever was about to happen wouldn't be too bad. But it was. In the video, the same person was standing in our bedroom smiling directly at the camera. They looked excited, almost giddy. But that wasn't the worst part. The second worst thing was the blood dripping down their mouth. The worst thing was the blood dripping down their chin. A gun. They had a gun. What was this person planning to do? Was I going to get shot in my sleep? Were we both going to get shot? I continued digging through the bag. I tried to scream, but no sound came out. I was frozen. I couldn't move. I couldn't speak. I couldn't breathe. Felt my eyes start to bulge out of my head. The person's smile widened, and I think they said something, but I couldn't hear them. All I could see was the maniacal look on their face. That's when I noticed the calendar on the wall behind them. The date read June. It wasn't tomorrow yet, but in the video it looked like it was. There was also a roll of duct tape inside. I pulled it out and unrolled it on the bed. I thought about my boyfriend. Could I cover his mouth with this? Would that stop the camera? I hoped so. The video started with them setting up the camera in my boyfriend's mouth again. They positioned themselves on the other side of the room. Then they started making weird clicking sounds and whistling. I knew they were trying to get my attention. At first, I didn't react. I pretended to be asleep. But then they started getting louder. They tapped on the glass window and I woke up. They seemed to have taken a photo of my boyfriend's sleeping face before putting the camera in his mouth again. They wanted me to see them. They wanted me to know they were there. They moved closer to the door. They were coming out now. I squeezed my eyes shut and covered my mouth. When I opened them again, the person was gone. The video ended. I let out a shaky breath I hadn't realized I was holding. I needed to get out of bed. I needed to get out of that room. But as I swung my legs over the side of the bed, I saw it. Scrunched up in the corner was a small black bag. I laid there frozen in fear as this person paraded around the room. They were dressed in all black. Their hair covered their face, but I could see their eyes. They glinted with malicious intent. I knew if they could get any closer to me, I wouldn't make it out alive. I started screaming for my boyfriend. I was hoping he would wake up. Maybe together we could fight them off. But he didn't stir. This person had done something to him. He wasn't coming to help me. But this time, they didn't leave. They stayed in the room and watched me get changed. I don't remember changing in front of anyone. Must have blacked out from being exhausted. I don't know why I never woke up. I don't know why my boyfriend never woke up. Did they drug us? Were we in danger? I tried not to think about these things, but my imagination got the best of me. And after a few too many episodes, I started feeling uncomfortable. It was late at night.
House.
I had been binge-watching some true crime documentaries on Netflix. I shut off the TV and got into bed next to my boyfriend. It looked like one of those spy cameras that you can buy online. It's the kind where you can watch live footage from it through your phone. Who put it there? How long had it been there for? Was it recording me? I scanned the room frantically trying to find the source of the camera. That's when I saw it. On the other side of the room, pointed towards the bed, was a phone propped up against a candle holder. I ran over and grabbed it. Thankfully, it was on airplane mode, so I couldn't track the owner of the number. But I could look at the photos and videos that were already saved on the device. He slept with his mouth open, which always creeped me out a little, but I tried to ignore it. Why was this person taking videos and photos of me? One of the videos was labeled Day 1. It was titled The Setup. I clicked on it and watched as this person set up the camera in my boyfriend's mouth. They put a dab of toothpaste on the tip of it to help hold it in place. They made sure the angle was right, and then they left the room. I recognized the room. It was our room. This person had been spying on me for days. I snuggled into him and slowly fell asleep. My nightmare started when I woke up. My boyfriend was still sleeping with his mouth open, but there was something else there. Something was inside his mouth. I sat up in bed and turned on the light. That's when I saw it. There was a small camera sitting on his tongue. I scrolled through the videos and the photos. All they were of me. They were from yesterday. Some of them were from the day before. Who was this person? What did they want? Why were they in my room? The third day's video was titled, Lick Her. The camera had a wide-angle lens, so even though the person was far away, I could see the maniacal grin on their face. They were enjoying this. As I screamed, the person in the video kept grinning wider and wider. What was inside? I carefully made my way over to it. My heart was pounding in my chest. What if it was a bomb? What if it exploded? The phone dinged, pulling me out of my thoughts. I think they'd been licking my face while I was sleeping. That wasn't the only disturbing thing. There was another camera in the video. They kept stepping closer and closer to the camera. They were almost touching it now. And that's when I realized how screwed I was, because as of now, today was June, meaning the video wasn't just showing me what happened yesterday.